Okay, just about ready to get started here. Hey Ben. All right, how's it going? Good, thanks. Okay, cool. I got YouTube set up. I think I fixed the audio, hopefully for good this time. And yeah, man, I'm psyched you wanted to do this again. It was so much more fun. Only if you, I mean, like, I like them just because sometimes you're gripping heavy enough weights that it just kind of helps a little bit. Mostly I got the set that you have feels pretty darn comfortable in your hand. It's not like there's that cross-cut diamond pattern in the steel of like, you know, or in the whatever material of like, you know, real dumbbells. Yeah, yep. So yeah, I don't know why. I do appreciate the little bit of like extra wrist support that these give me. I don't know if it does anything, but it gives me a little bit of extra comfort. So, what's that? Yeah, that's right. That's right. Okay, cool. So today is shoulder day. We're gonna do some dumbbell, and then we're gonna do like a bent over, kind of like reverse fly kind of thing, where you go like this. There's like the pec deck where you bring it in, but then there's you turn around and it does like that. So it's those 4 exercises. Like I said, it covers every part of the shoulder, in and out, all good. Okay, cool. So I'm just kind of setting up and getting loose a little bit. I don't know if you need to do anything like that. Mine too. I tried to tell you. It just is different when you do that many squats. Are you mostly sore like on the inside of your legs? Yeah. Yep. Yep. Yeah. Maybe it could have been like a footage issue. There could have been something else that came in. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Oh, nice. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Um, I filmed the I filmed the bulk of the segment on my next video today. So it's like 34 minutes. I'm gonna try and get it down to like, but that was really fun. And yeah, I have like a whole new direction that I'm working on related to like how am I gonna make videos? Like what do I want to do with videos? So it's gonna be much more like editing focused and storytelling focused. But hopefully I'll be able to get this video out in like a week, and then you'll be able to see it and see like, you know, hey, is this like different direction better than my first couple videos? Um, so we'll see. Okay. Okay, sweet. So, so I like to start out with dumbbell raises. So if you have a chair with a good back, then you'll sit in the chair and basically you're just gonna like keep your back rigid. You know, keep your core pretty rigid. You're gonna push back into the chair just a little bit for that extra like stability. You're gonna take them down and sort of like let them slowly sink about as low as feels comfortable, and then you're just going straight up in the air above. Obviously, you want to start out with like a pretty conservative weight, maybe like 25 pounds on each dumbbell to start out with, and see how that really feels. Like, worst case scenario is you lose grip and do that. Yes. Yep. If you feel more comfortable, you can also do this standing up, but then you have a little bit more like core stability function going on, and you're very tall. So, so I'll actually bring the camera around and show you on YouTube. Okay, so my bench, I can adjust the height. And so I'll do something a little bit like this. No worries, you can still do it. But basically I have this like this backing that is a little bit vertical, but it does decline like a little bit. So yeah, grab your maybe like 25 pounds and sit on your chair and we'll get started. Okay, so I'm facing the other way then, but usually the way can you see like on YouTube my whole, okay, so one trick for this is kind of like when you're resting your weights on your legs, you can kind of get them up to your shoulders by just like tossing your knee up. So you're going to do like 1, 2, like this, and just kind of like knock them back up in your hands. And then, okay, so yeah, keep your back stable. I wouldn't say like rigid, but stable. You're gonna let these like sink down a little bit, and then you're just gonna go straight up in the air. Slow down, fast up. Yep. Okay, how's that feeling? Yeah, yep, for sure. Does that feel like a good weight to maintain for the next 2 sets? Okay. How many reps were you able to do? Okay. 8 is pretty good. So play it by ear, go down a little if you want to, but I think you're probably pretty okay to continue 25. If you only get to like 6, that's fine. If you only get to 2 on like especially the 3rd set, that's actually okay. One thing you could do is like keep it at 25, try the 3 sets, and see how many you get. If you're still not feeling like you had enough like time under tension, right away after the 3rd one, drop the weight and do a bunch. Okay. Okay. I think you're probably still good. I mean, you do want to like push your muscles. So unless you're feeling unsafe, I would stick with 25. If you're just like, look, I don't want to drop this on my head, then go down. Okay, so I'm gonna rest for another, like minute or so. Just give everything a chance to heal. And I will be right back. Actually, I forgot my drink. Yep. Are you documenting any of the weights or reps, or like, are you documenting anything? There's a pretty good app called Work It. Yeah, yep. But you know, if you didn't want to go like full on and start documenting like everything about your workouts, maybe just write down some of the weights for the more common ones. Like if you want to work out with me and follow along, I don't change things very much. I do the same 4 things almost every single time. So you could write down, you know, like for a dumbbell press, 25 pounds, and just use that as like your baseline kind of thing. That way you don't have to play that game of like, what was I in this one? Was I 20 or 25? What felt, you know? Yeah. The 9th. Yep. Yep. Okay, so I'm gonna increase the weight just a little bit for me, and then I'm almost ready to do my second set. What's that? Yeah. Yep. Okay. Strong and controlled, Ben. Slow on the way down and fast on the way up. You know, quick on the way up. Make yourself struggle a bit at the end, Ben. Keep doing reps until you like kind of have a little bit of a pause in the middle. All right. Nice. Way to go. Yeah, sometimes that second set is where you're strongest. It's like your muscles are kind of like primed. You get the most. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Yep. That's really nice, because sometimes I have to really battle through that. Like an hour and a half in, I'm just like, I want to be done, but then I have to be disciplined and say like, nope, all the value comes at the end. You gotta, just quit now if you don't want to do it. Well, this is way more fun being able to actually like talk to somebody. So, thank you for being on. Yeah. 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 Yep. Yep. I think it'll be faster than that. You'll 2 months from now, if you do this every week, you'll be 35 at least. Yep. Nice. Okay. Well, I don't think it's been quite a couple minutes yet, and I'm pretty disciplined about waiting long enough. So the idea for this is, hopefully some people watch, and we'll put comments in chat, and we can like talk about stuff while I'm not working out. But yep. Not at all. Yep. I am getting a little bit of, like things are showing up in feeds. I am getting like new, unique viewers on things. Like it's very slow, but it is happening a little bit. And like I said, I think once I get to the point where I can make videos a little better than I am now, then it just becomes like coming up with really good ideas, sort of executing them on schedule, sort of just like start a production company and like figure out kind of like the basic steps so that I can continue to churn out videos, work on it, and just get like better over time. So yeah, it's fun. Yeah, on the YouTube part of it. Yeah. I would start a channel with you guys. It's super fun. Oh, sure. Yeah. My buddy Sean might do it at some point. I've got another buddy, Tim, who's talked about being interested. So I do think there are some people that I know personally that might do that kind of thing. No, who would just watch this? Yeah. But yeah, I could see you and Nate being fun to like generate content with as well. Like, it's a lot easier when you have a couple people doing things. Even just like, so earlier tonight I had to film myself just at the computer, and so for me to do that and to like pretend that there's a camera there that's zooming into me, I have to take it and set up like all these tracking points in the editing software and basically tell the video go from like here and then just basically like zoom the camera angle in so it looks like the camera's moving forward, but you have to make sure that goes really smoothly and like looks good. It just like a lot of things are harder because I'm doing this all myself. Oh, nice. Cool. Yeah, that'd be super fun. Okay, let's get this third set out of the way. For anybody new that's joined me, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. I'm working out with a family member, so I'll be talking to that person, but please put stuff in chat. I'm so excited to see people here, and I want to interact with you, so if you have any questions about what I'm doing, what you should be doing, or just want to talk about anything, like, please put it in chat. I am here for you. Okay, we're going to be starting our third set of dumbbell raises. I'm at 45 pounds, and I'm going to be pushing this until very close to muscle failure. I'm always really careful about going to failure on lifts where I have weights over my head, so I look at failure a little bit differently, and I might do a couple of partial reps at the bottom of the rep range just to try to get a little more time for my muscles to be under tension. When you start to struggle, it's time to keep pushing a little bit more. All the gains come from what you choose to do at the end of the sets. So right there, I got 10 reps. I could not get the 11th one up. Good job. Nice. Nice. Okay, and if you're watching, we have kind of a fun day. We're not going to be using the pulley system that I usually work out with. We're going to be doing a full shoulder workout with dumbbells. So no fancy equipment. If you have a pair of dumbbells at home, you can join right along. Okay, so the next exercise that I like to do is my lateral raises. The reason I do those next is because I want to focus on development of that muscle group over my front delts, because I think that gives me like a little bit better of a look, an aesthetic that I'm going for. So I'll try and do this when I'm a little bit stronger, and I'll save front deltoid raises for the very end. Okay, if you're new and just starting off, you'll want to go fairly lightweight with your shoulder exercises. You do not want to risk a shoulder injury, and they're pretty small muscle groups, so start out small. Maybe like 10 to 15 pounds for these. Okay, let's talk proper setup and form for these exercises. So you want to stand with kind of feet at about shoulder width apart, give yourself a nice base. You're going to let the weights and your arms hang down to your sides. Then you're going to kind of round your shoulders a little bit forward. I'll show you the difference on a side view. So here's normal. I'm just going to round ever so slightly forward. That just puts more tension on the muscle that you're trying to work out. So then you're just going to bring your arms out to the side, pause for just a beat, and then lower slowly back down. So remember, kind of angle your shoulders forward a little bit as you go through this. You're going to raise them up, And you do not want to go much higher than your shoulder blades. I'm looking at myself here and I'm probably going a little bit too high. Yeah, that's feeling good. Whew. Those ones will definitely get you. And those are perfect dumbbell exercises. The only thing that those ones won't really do is get a full range of motion where you might be like starting out the exercise from here, like I can do with the pulley system. But they're still really good. Lateral raise, like a dumbbell lateral raise. Have we gone over any like supplements? I know you're doing protein powder. We talked about creatine for you. Yeah. So creatine just kind of like, so one thing it does is it pulls fluid, it pulls water into your muscles. So you do get like a little bit bigger of a look, which again, like you can use that to accentuate like your broader shoulders, and it won't pull the same amount of water into areas where you might be trying to like minimize or like hard because of the extra parts of your body. And it also just gives you like a little bit of extra energy, especially toward the end of sets. So it's just like you said, like that feeling of once you're into it a little bit, then you can kind of just go. Creatine makes that a little bit easier. It's super widely researched. I mean, it's been around forever. Your body makes it naturally. But like the supplement is really inexpensive. Most people who are serious about like being strong absolutely take it like without question. And I think you're on a pretty similar path to me, where I was like, I don't want to be big and I don't want to gain weight, but I still think if you want to try and follow something similar to what I did, I put on muscle, maintained my weight, and then I just turned off as many calories and I started losing weight. So I think I wouldn't be as scared about like the scale. More look at it in terms of like, do you feel like you're getting stronger? Are you starting to see some like muscle definition come through? And then you'll start to see your body is just gonna like pull the extra calories that you're carrying into muscle production. So like hopefully, unless you go crazy and like eat ice cream, all the time, you should be able to like put on a lot of lean muscle and maintain your weight. So. Okay, second set of lateral raises. So again, we're going to lean forward slightly. Yeah, I'm having a little trouble with it tonight. It should come back on, but I've had a few disconnections so far. I think I need to figure out how to get like hardwired internet down here in my basement. Yeah, yep. Well, and at some point, I think, so I've got like my gaming desktop PC that I'm using for all this stuff right now, but at some point I'm going to want a laptop. Like with a good GPU or a couple of them to run all this stuff. And then it's possible that I can like set up the stream on a hardwired computer and just make it like a little better. I can show you a couple of adaptations. I'll probably use my pulley system, but I can show you at least a couple of adaptations. The difficult ones are going to be pull-ups, so I don't know if you have any kind of pull-up bar. Okay, cool. One thing to start working on your pull-ups, like you want a grip that's about shoulder width, maybe a little wider. You don't want like super narrow, and you should try and go with an overhand grip. If you can avoid holding onto a bar, like with a super closed, like this kind of thing, because that puts all the tension right here and doesn't like. You kind of just want to like claw over it, almost like a mountain climber, might like put their hand over like a hold, like that. Nice. And then if you can't, I don't know how easily I'm going to be able to demonstrate this, but if you can, try and like angle your body a little bit back. A little bit. Because that'll just like shift the angle, so you're working mostly your lats. Yep. So this one can be like a very arm and bicep and like a very like arm centric. If you were just hanging down, essentially you can trick it and basically like do it all with your arms. But if you lean back just a little bit, then you really have to engage your lats. Huh. Yeah, the software keeps disconnecting. It should catch up, and like whenever it reconnects, it's usually good for a minute. But yeah, definitely something I'll have to fix. Okay, should we do the third set? Keep pushing it. even if you can only do a couple of partial reps, just kind of keep going out a little bit. Nice. Good work. Yep. But be careful with shoulders. Do like a 2.5 pound increase if you can. You'll feel it. It's like, oh, totally fine at this weight. Go up 2.5 pounds, like totally struggling. Okay, and because they're actually like different little muscle groups, we can actually move right to the next one. I love shoulder day. It's my favorite day by far. I just like doing all the exercises, and it's so quick. It's like, it's a very much like in and out kind of day. Okay, so this one is going to hit our rear delts. Couple different ways you can do this. You can just grab them, kind of like bend over like this, keep your back a little bit straight, and just come right out like this. That's probably the easiest way. The other way is sitting on your chair, and you're just gonna like scoot your bottom to the very end, and kind of like do a really similar thing. And you probably can't see me that great, but is YouTube still spinning? Okay. Okay. So on the YouTube one, again, there might be like a little bit of a delay, but you can kind of like put your feet out really far, lean over until your chest is basically resting on your legs, and then you'll come from under, like you'll be holding the weights under your legs before you come up with them. So kind of like this. So either one, the benefit of like the benefit of the seating one is you don't have to do anything with your torso. It's basically gonna like rest right on your chest. But the other one is my favorite. It's a lot faster, and I just don't find that I need any extra stability. Like a rear delt fly, a dumbbell rear delt fly. For you, 15 to 20 to start with and see how that feels. It could very well be that you're like, oh, 20 is pretty easy. Totally possible. Okay, if you were working alongside me, we just did some like bent over rear delt flies. You okay? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yep. Um, I would recommend like slowing down a little bit and like really use like focus on making that mind muscle connection and using only the strength to like raise it, but maybe do it a little slow so you're not using any kind of momentum to like get it to a certain point. So try and like really focus on like you know, I'm gonna use my strength to get it, and if I only go this far, that's okay. Yeah, shoulder exercises can be really tough, and you want to be very careful with them. You doing okay, or are you hurting? Okay, good. Good. Okay, I'm good to go for set two. Again, if you're working out at home, go easy with the weights, but we're going to be doing like a bent over rear delt fly. That one still didn't look like it felt good even. Okay, okay, that's good. If it's like uncomfortable after dropping down a little bit, I would maybe not do another one of those. And next time you're at the gym, at the machine that does that, try and use that a few times and really pay attention to like slow movement and like exactly what muscles you need to focus on. So like let that machine be a little bit of a teacher to figure out like the right path, the right kind of, the right kind of tension where it's not hurting, but you can feel it. It's like the tricep ones. You could really feel those, right? But it didn't hurt, but you could feel that you used them. Gotcha. Okay. Yep. Yep. I mean, it's always really good. Like, you know exactly how you're feeling. It's good to pay attention to those things and take it easy if you need to. You know, it'd be one thing if we were like 18, but yeah, we have to take better care of ourselves than 18-year-olds do. Okay. Oh, that's good. That's really good. Yeah, the studio keeps disconnecting, reconnecting. Oh, that's good. Yep, yep. Let's see. My mom came over, we went to a playground, hung out, I filmed, we went to a park, the dog park, dinner. Yeah. Oh, that short? That was a different time. That was a couple weeks ago, but thank you. Yeah, I like that one too. We went to a dog park today, but I didn't do anything with videos or YouTube or anything. Yeah. Yeah, I need to start thinking of like ideas for stories I can tell about Bear and the kids and family stuff. I could see this channel sort of evolving into like more of like all-American dad kind of, you know, just like all things man and dad and family and, you know, so I could see, but I really trying to like focus on the idea and the story, but coming up with like, you know, coming up with a narrative about my dog before he does anything is really tricky. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yep, yeah, that's true. Yep, yeah, that's very true. Cool. Okay, I'm up for the third one. Then we'll do our front raises. Yeah, good. That'll answer your range of motion question. Good. You could have a pretty good imbalance going on too. So like, um, most of your chest exercises, like let's say you've been doing push-ups pretty consistently, that is also going to develop your front delt, but that might also pull your shoulder towards the front and leave it like a little bit weaker in the rear. So pull-ups should be more like your lats. It should be this muscle right here that's really doing the work. Yeah, I would say like even just like the upper lats right here are what like retracts your shoulder down into your body. It's not like the shoulder. Like I think the shoulder is just like everything here, and then your traps. And that will also work your front delt. So then we have wide stuff for the wide and the rear for rear. And then the military press just kind of gets everything a little bit. Okay. So because we're working opposite sides of the shoulder, we can go right into a front deltoid raise. You might do either the same weight that you did for your lat raises, or maybe a little bit less. Okay. Okay, so on this one, let me just camera a little bit. On this one, you have a choice whether you want to do them both at the same time or you want to alternate arms. This one is totally up to you. There's not really like a right or wrong way, but I will say once you get into kind of like heavier weights, you're probably going to want to switch arms. So if you're doing relatively light weights, you could do them both at the same time. One thing to watch out for though is to make sure you're not like using any part of your body to like swing and get momentum. You don't want that. So if you're going to do them both at the same time, you want to just like stand still, kind of like, you know, check with yourself, make sure you're not using momentum, and then you're basically just going to go up like this. And when you're doing these, you don't want to go above your shoulder line. One at a time is fine. It's up to you. That's really nice form. It's perfect. Yeah. 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 Like a front deltoid raise, dumbbell front raise. Uh-huh. Yep. Yeah. Yep. Yep. You neglected muscle groups. Yeah. But you can also, like, you'll get those beginner, you know, like the new gains, where it's like your potential to go from where you are right now to see, like, significant improvement is so much higher than my potential to take where I am right now and, like, make the same, you know, contrast in gains that you can. So you get this, like, once you get past doing it regularly and then being sore, you get, like, months of just, like, hey, I didn't know I had muscle there, you know, and, like, people starting to, like, grab your arm and be like, oh, you know, do you work out? And you're like, yep. I would say, depending on what your goals are, you might plateau at some point. Like, I don't want to spend 4 hours in the gym every day. I don't want to be, like, a huge monster and have people think I'm, like, on steroids. I do want to look good, I want to be strong, be much healthier, and, like, be able to play with my kids, you know, in, like, a... What's that? Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Yeah. No kidding. Like what? Like, yeah, 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 yeah. And then, do cardio for cardio, but don't do cardio for losing weight. It just it doesn't do what you think it, what people think it does. And it's like, you know, I could be on the treadmill for an hour, and then I'll go have my protein shake, and it undoes all of that good. Mm. Yeah, I'm not biased against cardio at all, but the like marketing ploy that turned cardio into weight loss, like establishing that causality, just doesn't sit right with me. And then I think people just waste hours and hours, and now it's become this whole like part of our culture is like you have to do the treadmill, you have to run, you have to do all these cardio things if you want to stay slim, and it's like uh, yes, but what you really need is your basal metabolic rate to go up. Like, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. Well, I'm sure their diet is like, I'm sure their diet is super on point though. Like you don't get to that and then do the cardio like that. So yeah, I guess I'm saying for like most of us who have 15, 20 extra pounds, especially around the midsection, it's like do not fall into the fallacy that more cardio equals more burning fat. That is just your body doesn't even like go right for the fat stores you have anyways when you're breathing hard, when you're in like a fat burning like heart rate rhythm. It doesn't go for fat anyways. It burns all your easy stores of energy first, like all your sugars, all your carbs, way before it gets into like actually burning fat. So I don't know. Yeah, 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 yep, exactly. Yep. Okay, speaking of time, two more sets. Whew. Alright, I don't know if it's quite been 2 or 3 minutes, but I think I'm good to go for the last one. Good job, everybody. Okay. If you're watching, thank you for being here. This was Sunday shoulder day. I'll be on tomorrow night, Tuesday night, and then Friday night as well. Thanks again for joining me, and I'll see you next time.